welcome back. We are on to step 7 of our skills and systems, and our step 7 is going to be following up. And just a recap of what we've covered so far, we have gone over connecting, asking the right questions, inviting people to take a look, presenting using a tool, booking and doing the discovery call with your prospects. And then the next step to that is closing, enrolling, overcoming objections, and now following up. Now, our follow-up system is going to be utilizing our Bright Light Tribe Wellness Breakthrough page on Facebook. And we want to really maximize that Bright Light Tribe Wellness Facebook page, because when it comes to sales in any business, the way you create income is through sales. And it will take anywhere between 4 to 21 exposures for someone to make a buying decision on the product or on the business side. And that's for any product or service that you are providing. It's going to take someone 4 to 21 follow-ups or 4 to 21 exposures to make a buying decision. And what are some exposures? Exposures can be anything that we post in our Bright Light Tribe Wellness Breakthrough Facebook page. And it could be something that you post. It can be your something that you post in your stories. It could be a tool. It could be a iSmovie, an opportunity call, a in-home presentation. So those are all going to be ways that you're going to get your prospects from exposure to exposure to exposure in order for them to make that buying decision. And the faster you can go through this process, the faster you're going to be able to get people through that process of making that buying decision for themselves. And when it comes to the Bright Light Tribe Wellness Breakthrough page, I really want us guys to maximize this to the fullest. And if we can all really lock arms together and make a commitment to post in that group once or twice a week, and make a commitment to engaging and commenting and engaging with people in the post, what's going to happen, the algorithm for Facebook will send the Bright Light Tribe Wellness post to the top of their feed. And guess what? Every single time it's at the top of your prospect's feed when they're scrolling through Facebook, they're getting an exposure. And we want to go through those 4 to 21 exposures as quickly as possible. So again, I really want us to focus on posting in there once to twice a week. You can do Isogenics Facebook page has some really good things that we can post. Erica Hess's page for the Fit Free Life movement. We have access to some great content in there that we can be posting in there. You can post anything from isogenicshealth.net, anything that is going to provide some information and value for your prospects. So posting in there once or twice a week. If you want to do more, great, but at least the minimum, if you are a Bright Light Tribe builder, then we need you to be posting in there once or twice a week. And you want to be adding all of your prospects to that Facebook page. So whenever you have someone that is interested, or even if they say no, then you're sending them a voice text and telling them, if they say no, then what you can say is in a voice text and say, first and foremost, ask them if it's okay for you to follow up with them in a few months. And then after that, you can ask them, you can say something like, I really appreciate you taking the time, and I would absolutely love for you if you would support me by being a part of our wellness community. You're going to get a lot of value in there. Is that okay if I add you to that group? I'm going to send you an invite right now. Okay. So that's what you can do for your no's. For the interested, you are just sending them a quick voice text. It can be 5 seconds, or sending them a text message and saying, I'm going to add you to our wellness community Facebook page, the Bright Light Tribe Wellness Breakthrough page right now. So you should see that invite. Make sure you click accept on that invite so that you can be a part of our community. So you're adding them, and then you're going to tag them in a post that relates to their pain point and resonates with them. So when you are going through your follow-ups, you're going to follow up with anywhere between 2 to 5 to 10 people a day, depending on how quickly you want to build. And one of the ways that you can do a follow-up is by tagging them in a post. Now, this is not something that you want to be tagging them in a post every single day. You want to follow either a 2-day follow-up, a 2-week follow-up, a 1-month follow-up, or a 3-month follow-up. So if it is someone that is expressed a lot of interest, you are going to go through a 2-day follow-up with them, a 2-week follow-up with them, a 1-month follow-up, a 2-month follow-up, and then after that, a 3-month follow-up. And then that next step is going to be message. So when you have someone that is interested in doing either the products or the business side, you are going to do a 3-way message with your sponsor or upline or anybody in the community. And you're just going to do a very quick voice text in that 3-way message. It could be Facebook Messenger, text, whatever is easier for you. And you're going to use your voice, and you're going to smile and sound excited. And you're going to say something like, hey, Jackie, I wanted to connect you with Dana. Dana has been using the 30-day system just like you are getting started on, and she has just experienced so much more energy, and she's just saving so much more time, and she is just glowing from the inside out. And Jackie, I would love for you to ask Dana whatever questions you may have. Dana, I would love for you to share your story with her, because your story is just absolutely incredible. You can also share your before and afters with her. And we just really want to welcome you to the community, Jackie, and we are here to support you every step of the way. So quick voicemail, welcome them. It's going to make a really big difference and make them feel very involved and part of the community. And having that third-party validation is going to be very powerful as well. And letting your prospect hear not only your story, but their story as well. Some other ways that you're going to be following up with people are using the follow-up scripts. And again, you are going to be following up with people for, if they're interested, 2 days, 2 weeks, 1 month, or 2 months. And if it is someone that is a no, they're not interested right now, then ask them if it's okay for you to follow up with them in 2 to 3 months. They're going to say yes, and you are going to follow up with them, like you said, in 2 or 3 months. And what are some ways that you can follow up with people? You can follow up with them by commenting on their post. You can follow up with them by sending them a text message and asking about their life and how they're doing. It doesn't always have to be about Isagenix. Don't always make it about Isagenix, because it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good when someone only cares about talking to you because they want to talk to you about Isagenix. People want to know that you care about them outside of Isagenix as well. You can follow up with someone by tagging them in the Facebook page in a post that they thought would be helpful for them, either a recipe, a value post, or product info. You can follow up with them by just simply sending them a text message and asking them if they are ready to take their health to the next level, or if it's someone that is on your no list, then in the 3 months, you might say, ask them, are you open to having a new conversation about Isagenix? Or are you open to having a new conversation about getting your achieving your health goals. So here are just some examples, and you can make sure that you're always using the voice text, and make sure that you are smiling and sounding excited to talk to that person. So here's an example. Hey, David, just want to say thank you so much for taking a look at that video I sent you. I'd love to jump on the phone with you to hear what you liked best about it. Or you could say, hey, David, I've been thinking about you because X, Y, and Z. I hope you're doing well. Curiously, are you open to having a new conversation about isogenics? And if someone doesn't get back to you, if it's ghost crickets, you don't hear anything back, what you can say is, you can say something like, hey, David, I'm so sorry. Did I say something to offend you? You seemed so interested when we initially spoke. Or you can also say, hey, David, I'm sure you must be super busy, but if you could get back to me, I'd really appreciate it. And then send something funny. And most of the times, I used to make the mistake of assuming that it was personal, which is very silly. It's not true whatsoever. Most of the times, people are just very overwhelmed with life, and life is chaotic. And most of the times, they just have been so overwhelmed with life that they forgot to get back to you. That is for most people. So it's never personal. So this is what I will usually do if I do get ghosted. And if it is something that is continuous for that person, that I keep getting ghosted by that same person, then I will put that person on my 3-month follow-up. And I will go talk to more people. So that's a really good tip too, that you want to make sure that you're not always talking to the same 20 people. You want to be talking to more people. So that's when you go to build your list, and we'll talk about that later. You want to really build out that list to 100 names, go through all of them, add more, go through all of them, add more, go through all of them, add more. So you want to be talking to a big sample, a big pool of people. That way it's not going to matter to you if that person doesn't get back to you, because you have so many other people to talk to. And just because that person says no doesn't mean that someone out there isn't waiting, because someone is waiting for you, and there is someone else that you could be helping while you're spending time and energy on the wrong person. And then the last part to this is staying organized. There's different ways of doing this. You can use the Penny app. The Penny app is really great because you can schedule the 2-day, 2-week, 1-month, 2-month, and 3-month follow-ups. It has options in there, and it will put them on your follow-up list depending on if you picked the 2-day option, the 2-week, the 1-month, or the 3-month option. You can use, some people will use a whiteboard. You can use sticky notes. I personally, what works best for me is I keep a list in my binder, and I have a list for people that said that they're interested, and I have a list of people that said no. So, and I'm following up more frequently with the people that said they're interested, and I'm following up every 3 months with the people that said no. And I'm also putting dates next to that follow-up, so I have an idea of the time frame of when I initially spoke with that person. So that's what's easier for me. I do think the Penny app is really great because it has that option. And the last piece to all this is with the people that are interested, another great way to follow up is to invite them to your events. So inviting them to your team challenges, inviting them to an in-home, inviting them to a Super Saturday, inviting them to the opportunity call. So that is it for step 7 follow-up, and I will see you all at the next training step.